Thank you.
And we're very, very curious about your new show, so what can you share about it?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Nice to meet you. No, I can share some things. It's about a foreign occupation of the city of Los Angeles and possibly elsewhere. It is ultimately about people, about lives being turned upside down and terrorized, and what would you do and how would you react, and if your family was torn apart and there was a force stronger than anything you can possibly conceive of, basically keeping your life down, keeping it something that you don't want it to be. How do you make the right choices of, morally? Do you choose to save your family? Do you choose to comply with the occupying force? Are you part of the occupation? Are you part of the resistance? These things play out on a meta level, but it's all very human, and that, in a way, on a smaller level, we make these decisions. What's the right choice to make? Well, how am I being good here, or am I being bad? We make that every day when you go to the grocery store. I play a bad guy, or at least we think he's a bad guy. I'm part of the occupation. Found myself, probably much to my surprise, in a position to make some choices that would allow me to stay above the fray and have power and take advantage of others. And he made those choices and is wielding that power when the show opens. And don't know exactly where we'll go after that. Well, his name is Alan Snyder. He is referred to as the proxy governor of the Los Angeles block.
Heavy title.
It is a heavy title, but I think I wear that title well.
And what attracted you to such a role?
Well, as written, it looked like here's a bad guy, a tough guy. I wouldn't say typical, but sort of fastball down the middle. Here's a guy who is in charge and mean and gruff, and he knows how to stay in control. And that's not me at all. And so as we began the audition dance, where I did for them, and their ears kind of pricked up, and they said, well, that's an interesting take. I think that what then made me really excited to do it was, this is a little bit of a backdoor take on a more standard character, that here's a guy who we don't really know where he came from, and he might actually be more normal, which is really what they were writing, which fits right into the theme, which is that we're just, what would you do? You're on your way to the grocery store, and next thing you know, your life is turned upside down, and how do you respond? Are you going to make the right choices or the wrong choices?
What was the pitch that got you excited about the show?
Carlton Cuse, in 2 words.
You were sold in 2 words.
Come on. He's awesome. His shows are great. Ryan is a fabulous writer. They've obviously come up with a great thing. Sometimes when I've told people what it's about, and they go, well, is that sort of something we've seen? And it really isn't. It's really meted out slowly. This is not about special effects. This is not about explosions and battles and the takeover and destruction. That will happen and be part of it, but this is really about the people and the family, and it's really a character-driven show, and the other dangerous stuff is there. But because it's really, you're seeing it through these characters, it makes everything much more dangerous, I think, than seeing explosions and seeing the terror. We feel the terror. In that show, because I'm part of the occupation, really in charge, we do know through our intelligence that Josh's character, Will, is not really just a sort of a small-time mechanic in Hollywood. He's gone underground. He was a spy. He worked for the government and is somebody that we could use. So our intention is to pull him out and put him in a position where he has to choose to work for us to try to undermine the resistance. And so it's a critical plot point.
Did they give you any background on your character before the invasion?
No, just that we don't really, he's not some, obvious fastball down the middle bad guy, that he was, found himself in this position. And that's a great, juicy thing to jump into as an actor. So that was the main thing I knew.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.